Good afternoon. It is May 28, 2026. The time is 5:28. Welcome to our City Council meeting. I would like to call the meeting to order. Would you please stand with me for the Pledge of Allegiance? Stand, salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, and this is the time where council meets to conduct city business with the community. At this time, I would like to call roll call, please.
Before we proceed, I'd like to read a statement, please. My understanding is that the county elections office has certified the recall results, that the recall of 4 council members is now official as of 8 a.m. this morning. And there is currently no court order, injunction, or stay preventing that certification to take legal effect. Under California Election Code Section 1138(2), when a majority votes yes on a local recall, the officers are removed immediately after certification and becomes vacant until filled according to the law. Because of that, I respectfully ask the city attorney to state on the record the specific law authorizing the city is relying on to permit the recall council members to continue sitting, voting, directing staff, and approving expenditures, participation in closed session, or taking official action on the behalf of the city. Until authority is clearly identified by our council, I object to the recall council members participating in votes, contracts, financial approvals, litigation decisions, closed sessions matters, or staff direction. My attendance tonight should not be interpreted as consent, waiver, or validation of any action taken by individuals who offices that have been vacated by the law, operational law. Before proceeding with the agenda items, I respectfully request the city attorney to provide clearly legal explanation on the record, please.
Yeah, thank you. My understanding is that there was information from the Kings County Registrar of Voters transmitted to the city today. It's currently not on the agenda. We need to review it and schedule a future council meeting at some point for the council to act on.
Okay, please.
The council to act on it pursuant to the, excuse me, please don't interrupt.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Please.
In accordance with the procedures which the legislature has set out in the elections code. So on January 14th, I asked the Kings County Registrar of Voters to provide me with a copy of a resolution, agreement, ordinance, state law, or any other documentation showing that he was delegated legal authority to conduct any municipal recall election functions or election itself. And I still have not received that information.
I think you got that from the courts, 2 different courts.
There's been no court ruling. That's another misconception, which I understand has been presented by the county, claiming that there was a ruling in the courts. There was no ruling on the legal merits. The 5th District Court of Appeal said that the case, that they do not want to issue an advisory opinion. And so at this point in time, there was no ruling from the District Court of Appeal. At the trial court level, the judge had never ruled on the merits of the case. There's been no judgment entered. I understand that there are folks in the audience who may have a different view from people that are sitting here, but there's a process. Unfortunately, the courts did not decline to issue a decision on the merits. And so at this point in time, what we received, we have to review it before we can comment, but it's my understanding that there should be a future meeting to consider those results and to act on them.
But what's the,
But
what
it's
are,
not
what
on
are
the
the
agenda
current court
today.
orders or injunctions that state that they could still operate on their being on council right now? What court order or
That's all I
injunction?
have to offer, is there's been no ruling on it. So we have to review it and take action on it at the appropriate time. That's all I have. I don't have anything further on that.
Thank you. And
Okay.
also under Government Code Section 54957.95, there's some rules regarding disrupting the meeting. So I would like to warn, this is the first warning to all of them that been disrupting the meeting. Chief, would you please let them know that this is the first warning? If they continue, I will ask them either to leave or be escorted out of the meeting. So thank you very much. This is a official city council meeting with the community, not a community meeting with council. So please respect the process. Okay? And I'm looking at you, Cobain. Why are you laughing? Please be respectful. Be respectful. Well, Chief, they've been warned. So this is the first warning. This is the first warning. Quiet, quiet. Please, let us conduct the meeting.
Okay.
Okay? We'll
Let-
continue.
Let me reread a statement, okay? I'm gonna reread a statement. I object to this actions taken by recall council members after certification of the recall. Again, my presence here should not be treated as consent, waiver, or validation of this process or any votes.
So with that, I will ask our city clerk, assistant city clerk to please read the roll call, please, to make sure we have a quorum.
Councilmember Reynosa absent. Councilmember Verdugo. Councilmember Hernandez absent. Mayor Pro Tem Gammas. Yeah. And
Here. So legal counsel, do we need a verbal
yeah.
answer?
He's read statements into the record.
So we don't, so we continue with the meeting then. If he can leave if he wants. We can see now what side of the, okay. This time, I will ask our city clerk to please read that statement there.
Government Code Section 54952.3, members of the City Council Successor Agency are entitled to receive a total of $450 per month due to their serving on the City Council. They receive no other compensation for serving as members of the Successor Agency.
Thank you. With that, we'll go into item number 3, public comments, announcement, and unscheduled appearances. Would you also read that statement?
This time is reserved for members of the audience to address the city council on items of interest that are both on the agenda or not on the agenda and are within the subject matter jurisdiction of the city council successor agency. State law prohibits any member of the council from commenting or acting on matters not on the agenda. The council asks that you keep your comments concise and respectful. Criticism, concerns, or support are welcome, provided they are expressed with appropriate courtesy. Each speaker will be allowed 3 minutes. A timer will notify you when your time is expired. Please begin your comments by stating your name and place of residence. And we'll start off with Frank Lopez.
Yeah, I'm getting it up right now. 1 second. Go ahead. Good evening, Council. I just wanted to update and share some of the Rotary events that have been going on. Yesterday, Avenal Rotary had a food distribution, which, as always, we thank the city for assisting with putting up tarps, the canopies, and helping out with a lot of the movement of things. It's a big help Our team that usually comes to the food distributions is about 10 to 15, but especially with the need right now, it's definitely a boon and a help. We had about 250 people who had come over to pick up food, and so that was great. We were planning on having a cleanup here for King Street on Saturday, but because of the weather, we're going to cancel that. Just it'll probably be a little bit too wet and a little inclement. But what I did want to invite everybody to and the city and all the citizens and residents to our cruise night. It's the summer. It's going to be June. We're starting that on every first Tuesday of the month. June 2nd, we're going to be having that meeting. It'll be right out here near the theater. And we're also going to try to get some cars to help cruise around with folks. And we'll have free hot dogs and free food for people to come and enjoy. If the weather is inclement, we may ask the city to let us borrow the theater so that we could also hang out there. It's just a free open event for the community and hoping that they can come over. And as an individual resident, I do want to exclaim my excitement for the new fire department that's coming. It looks like they have are going to be above and beyond our expectations, what we had thought about even just last year. 3 people fully on the crew every day. We'll have a chief, an assistant chief, and some cadets that will be coming from Fresno City College training program to help fill that out, and also other folks in the local area and new programs that they're going to be bringing. So really excited about that. As a resident who never had the chance to see the original Avenal Fire Department that was here, it's really great to be able to see that come out. And I hope that the city and residents really partake in the joy of something new, and also something that was going to be another cornerstone for the city. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your comments. Next online.
Lupe Villa.
Good evening, City of Avenal staff. My name is Lupe Villa, Registrar of Voters for Kings County. I'm here today regarding the results of the April 28th recall election. We have completed the official canvass for the recall election and certified the statement of vote in accordance with the elections code. The certified documents are available online and were provided to the city electronically earlier today. The statement of vote provides the final official results and certifies the outcome of the recall election. In accordance with the elections code, when the majority of the votes cast on the recall measure for a local officer are yes, the officer is moved from office and that office becomes vacant until filled according to the law. The certified results show that the votes for each of the 4 council members subject to the recall reflect majority yes votes. Thereby, the council seats held by the recall officers are deemed vacant. As I noted in the email that I sent yesterday to city clerk and the city manager, it is customary practice for a governing body to acknowledge receipt of the certified election results through adoption of a resolution declaring or reciting those results. However, the city is not legally required to take any additional action in order to certify the results to become effective or part of the official record. The certified statement of vote and related election materials are available through the Elections Department on our website at votekingscounty.com and will be maintained as part of the public record. Thank you for your time, and I hope you guys have a great evening.
Thank you for your
Sir.
comments.
Excuse me, sir, do you have a second?
I'm not going to take any questions. Yeah, I'll be more than happy to engage with you. You can call me tomorrow at 559-852-4401, and I'll be able to
Did you
discuss
sign
any
a
questions.
declaration under penalty of perjury saying you by fax to you from December 25th got stuck?
Come on.
You did, didn't you? Oh, you want to deny that you signed that declaration under penalty of perjury?
Come on. Come on, Lupe.
Come up.
Come on, Lupe.
Give us the public information.
Come on, Lupe.
Save all the records.
This is for the record. Oh, look at this. Hey, what's going on? Can see Verdugo's side of the story now.
Continue.
Continue. So it's public, what is happening is being recorded, it's gonna be on the record.
We have Kelly Guzman.
Hello,
Good evening.
can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, you're good. Go ahead. Oh, more assistance.
Okay,
Oh.
well, I'm speaking here for several people,
Mm.
not just myself tonight. Good evening, Councilmember Verdugo, City Clerk, Attorney, City Staff, and members of the public. Before I begin, I want to clearly state, can you guys hear me? I want to clearly state for this for public record. We do not acknowledge this gathering as a lawful city council meeting if it is being conducted by recalled members whose authority ended with the certified recall results. We do not recognize the recalled members as having authority to make decisions for the city of Avenal unless the city identifies a valid court order or specific legal authority allowing them to continue acting after certification. And page 11 of that extra 51 pages that was added to the agenda, that's not, I don't think it's a valid law anymore. I could be wrong. I stand here today as a resident and as a voice for community members who have asked that this concern be placed on the public record. We understand that the recall election results of 4 council members have been certified with higher votes than what actually voted them in, by the way. If the city disagrees, then the city attorney should clearly state the legal authority being relied upon and place it in writing before the public record. Without that authority, any continued votes, spending approvals, contracts, personnel, actions, litigations, decisions, or policy decisions may be subject to challenge. No, we didn't get anything higher in the court. I heard you on that. How see that your action against us was not merited. Therefore, the judge doesn't agree with you and what you tried to stop, which was an actual legal election. The voters participated in a lawful recall process. The results have been certified. The community deserves respect for that process. We're asking recalled members to step away from positions the voters have recalled them from unless clear legal authority is publicly identified. We also ask the city clerk to preserve this statement in an official record, not just noted, but please preserve it in official record and minutes of this meeting. If the city continues to allow recalled members to act without identifying the legal authority for doing so, we will seek review from appropriate oversight agencies.
10 seconds.
Including, yeah, but this isn't a real council, so I'm going to talk as long as I need to. Including the California Department of Justice, the Attorney General, the Secretary
up.
of State, the other agency and
Thank you.
authority over
Chief.
election.
Time is up. Chief, would you please escort this lady outside? We need to conduct it. Yes,
Respect.
please, your time is up.
We ask you, please,
Your time is up.
no quorum. Thank you.
Your time is up. Yeah, go ahead.
Just briefly to respond.
It's not. Oh, close.
Just briefly to respond, the document on page 11 of the agenda.
Here.
Just to respond, oh, this is better. Just to respond to the comment about the documents in the agenda packet. That was an item submitted to the city, and I believe the member of the public asked that it be included as part of the record of the minutes. So it was. In regard to Mr. Villa's comment that his alleged election results are automatic. The elections code is clear. It says that recall elections are held with the same process as a regular general election, and that requires that the results be certified by the city elections official, not the county elections official, to the governing body. That has not occurred.
Yeah, page 11 was submitted by Mr. Keith Jackson. So it was included on the record as requested.
I have no more public comments.
Oh, he's obeying you. Hey, be quiet, be quiet, be quiet. Yeah, it's okay. No, we can still. One
What is
moment.
on this page?
Mm.
Is the mayor able to call a recess?
So we're gonna have a recess. We have two council members coming in late, so we will have a quorum, and with the meeting, we'll continue. Thank you. And this just came in. I believe city manager was also notified that David
Yes, but David's been finishing
Reynosa.
projects, or Councilman Reynosa's been finishing some projects. I know Councilman Hernandez said that he had a prior commitment. That's why he wouldn't be here until around 6, so
Mhm.
it's on time.
So we'll continue. Would you please call roll call again, please?
Councilmember Reynosa, absent. Councilmember Verdugo, absent. Councilmember Hernandez.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Gamas. Here. Mayor Preciado.
Here. So for the record, we do have a quorum, 3 council members present, 2 absent. We should be getting another one coming in late,
Yeah,
hopefully,
waiting for him.
working
Good job.
out of town on a job.
I think we finished public comments already. Yeah, already. Done.
So we'll move over into item number 4, which is consent calendar. The time for reconvening the meeting, it's 6:05 for the record. We'll move over into the consent calendar, and we have to consider the City of Avenal and also successor agencies approval of minutes for May 14, 2026 regular meeting. Are there any questions, concerns, or if not, there's a motion to approve the consent calendar as presented? So we have a motion by Mayor Pro Tem Games. Is there a second?
I'll second.
The second by Councilmember Hernandez. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Reynosa, absent. Councilmember Verdugo, absent. Councilmember Hernandez.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Gamas. Mayor Preciado.
Yes. For the record, will pass 3-0 to absence. And with that, we'll go into item number 5, which is mayor and council member and also successor agency items for consideration. We have none. Item number 6, it is activity reports, and we'll go through the very first one, Police Department activity report. We have Cecilio Velasco, Chief of Police, present. Go ahead, sir.
Good evening, council members, honorable council members, mayor, city manager, community members, and guests.
Thank you.
For this monthly chief report, we have leadership stability. Commander Ridge continues assisting with field operations, ensuring personnel perform professionally and in accordance with department standards. He also continues to oversee the fleet readiness and equipment inspections to ensure department vehicles and critical equipment remain properly maintained and adequately stocked for operational needs. He continues to participate in management meetings hosted through the Kings County District Attorney's Office alongside public safety leaders throughout the county. These meetings provide valuable opportunities for collaboration, information sharing, and strengthening interagency partnerships. Regional leadership collaboration. Chief Velasco attended meetings with police chiefs, the sheriff, and additional department leaders at the Kings County DA's office to discuss regional public safety concerns, current challenges facing law enforcement agencies, collaborative solutions, and opportunities for continued partnerships. Detective Ramos continues professional development. He continues to excel in his assignments with the Kings County Major Crimes Task Force. His continued work with the task force further enhances the department's investigative capabilities through exposure to complex investigations, regional intelligence sharing, and multi-agency collaboration. Detective Martinez is attending the ICI Core Investigators course. Detective Martinez is currently attending post-certified Institute of Criminal Investigation Core Investigators course. This advanced training provides comprehensive instruction in criminal investigations, including interview and interrogation techniques, search warrants, crime scene management, case preparation, evidence collection, investigative strategies, and courtroom testimony. This training further strengthens the department's investigative professionalism and effectiveness. Officer Hardy is attending the Post Range Master School. Officer Hardy is scheduled to attend the Post Certified Range Master School for firearms and rifle instruction. This course provides advanced training in firearm safety, range operations, tactical firearms instruction, liability considerations, and weapons proficiency standards. The training will assist the department in continuing to maintain high professional firearms training standards for the department personnel. DUI enforcement efforts. Sergeant Jose Gonzalez will be leading a DUI checkpoint this coming weekend, funded through the department's CHP Cannabis Tax Fund grant. These enforcement efforts remain an important part of the department's continued commitment to traffic safety, DUI prevention, and protecting the community from impaired drivers. Future leader development. As the department continues to stabilize staffing and develop personnel, the organization now possess sufficient experience and leadership depth to begin evaluating opportunities to fill vacant promotional positions in the near future. Recruitment and retention, retaining the best. The department continues our recruitment efforts and has recently experienced an increase in qualified applicants expressing interest in joining the Avenal Police Department. Hiring process update. The department recently interviewed 3 police officer candidates and has since received 3 additional applications. Recruitment efforts continue to remain positive, and the department is nearing full staffing levels with potentially only 2 positions remaining available. At this time, we have 2 officers that just completed backgrounds and will now be moving on to the psychological and medical exam. And one candidate is a male and 1 candidate is a female. International model of community trust, community engagement, and outreach. The department continues to consistently engage with the community through positive interactions, outreach efforts, and public events. Community trust remains one of the department's highest priorities, and these relationships play a critical role in improving communication, increasing crime reporting, and assisting with case resolution through community cooperation and witness participation. Recent community events. The department personnel recently participated in several community events and outreach activities, including the scooter safety event, Avenal Police Department Spring Block Party, Avenal Old Timers Day celebration, and Kings County Peace Officer Memorial Ceremony. These events provided additional opportunities for positive interaction between department personnel and community members while strengthening the relationships throughout the city. A SKIP community presentation. The department recently hosted a Spanish language SKIP grant presentation focused on extreme risk protection orders, firearm safety, secure firearm storage, and mental wellness awareness. The presentation was designed to better serve our Spanish-speaking community while promoting education, prevention, and available resources. Upcoming DUI presentation. The department will also be announcing an upcoming Spanish language CHP grant-funded community presentation focused on DUI awareness, impaired driving prevention, and traffic safety education. As you're aware, we held these English versions of both the DUI and the SKIP grant presentations. So now we as part of the grant, we're doing them now in Spanish. Explorer program participation. The Avenal Police Department Explorer program continues to actively participate in community events and outreach efforts. Explorers recently participated in the department's spring block party during the opening ceremony and assisted throughout the event. Explorers also participated in the Old Timers Day Parade and related community events. Their continued involvement supports development, mentorship, leadership growth, and positive community engagement. Violent crime reduction efforts to strive to be among the safest cities in America. The department continues its proactive crime reduction efforts and remains committed to combating violent crime, gang activity, gun violence, and narcotics-related offenses within the community. Chief Velasco has submitted a violent crime reduction grant to assist with funding with implementation of modern records and case management system. The proposed system would improve operational efficiency, data utilization, crime analysis capabilities, and hotspot-focused enforcement strategies. The system would also provide a more robust and user-friendly platform compared to the department's current outdated system, while reducing impacts to the city's general fund and preserving additional state or grant funding opportunities for other critical equipment and operational needs. Proactive enforcement investigations. The department continues utilizing proactive enforcement strategies, legal investigative techniques, and collaborative partnerships with the Kings County DA's office to ensure criminal cases are thoroughly investigated and prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. DUI enforcement and recognition, traffic safety, and DUI enforcement remain a continued priority for the department. Detective Martinez will be receiving the Mothers Against Drunk Driving Award on June 17th in recognition of recording the highest number of DUI arrests within the department during 2025. Regional law enforcement partnerships. The department continues to maintain strong working relationships and partnerships with law enforcement agencies throughout Kings County and the jurisdictions, including agencies with Tulare, Fresno, and Kern counties. These partnerships allow agencies to share resources, intelligence, personnel, and operational support when needed, serving as valuable force multipliers to help improve regional public safety. Flock safety camera system update. The department's flock camera systems are operational. However, final approval for Caltrans remains pending for additional deployment locations. The department has experienced delays due to extended response times from Caltrans to flock safety representatives. While the delay has been disappointing and frustrating, the department remains hopeful that the progress will continue moving forward in the near future. CAD system grant efforts. As previously discussed, the department continues pursuing grant funding opportunities for the procurement and implementation of a new computer-aided dispatch system. The department has already obtained preliminary system quotes to assist with the grant preparation efforts. Embracing wellness amongst our employees. The Avenal Police Department remains committed to supporting the mental, emotional, and physical well-being of all department personnel. Law enforcement remains a demanding profession. Leadership recognizes the importance of ensuring employees feel supported both professionally and personally. Positive organizational environment. Department leadership continues working towards fostering a professional and positive organizational culture where employees feel valued, motivated, and connected to the department's mission and community. Long-term health and resilience. By emphasizing wellness, balance, and professional support, the department continues striving to ensure employees remain resilient, focused, and capable of providing the highest level of service to the community while maintaining long-term personal and professional well-being. The data for 2026. For April, we had for the rest of the month, we had 823 calls for service. 482 of those were officer-initiated calls, which include traffic stops, field contacts, and premise checks, and warrant services. We had 26 citations, 2 traffic collisions, and 26 arrests. For the month of May, 5 traffic collisions and
6.
what's
That
that?
was me yesterday.
Oh, that's right.
We're adding to
We're
that.
at, we're at 6 now and 16 arrests. And that's my report. Any questions?
Any questions for Chief? So just to remember the public, that DUI checkpoint will be tomorrow.
Right, it's going to be tomorrow between 6 and 1:30. And I know there were some questions online, and typically we don't comment online, to not single people out, but the reason why we do post the not the location, but the time and the date is because due to California Supreme Court decisions and also the United States Supreme Court decisions, we have to notify the public that we are conducting a DUI checkpoint, driver's license DUI checkpoint. And this is part of the CHP cannabis grant plan.
Thank you. So seeing no questions, thank you for your report.
Thank you.
We have our next activity report with the Fire Department activity report and with Jacob McAfee, Fire Chief.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor, City Council, staff, community members.
Move the mic up. Just look close. Yeah, like that.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Just to give an update on kind of where we're at with fire department operations. Before I give the update, I just want to take a second just to recognize the work that is being done, regardless of outside activities. My assistant chief, Adrian Morales, one of our captains, Gutierrez, and some of the folks that we brought on early to help out. What we've done in a short period of time is nothing short of extraordinary. Just give them, I just want to give them a shout out real quick, and also city staff. Lots of agencies have been helping us out: Fresno County, Kings County, EMS, really bending over backwards to help us out to get to where we need to be. So I'm really appreciative of those relationships and all the work that we've done. So I'm really proud of where we're at currently. Just to give an update, I know we give updates quite often every city council meeting, but a couple new things to note. This week, Wednesday throughout tomorrow, we've been having our radio frequencies and radios, both portable and mobile radios in our apparatus, along with our MDTs installed in our fleet. I think the last rig got done today, so all of our radios and frequencies and communication channels have been outfitted in our not only our portable radios, but in our mobile apparatus radios as well. And then as well as our MDTs. We've been working with our dispatch center to coordinate frequency testing to make sure that the frequencies work as intended in various areas of the city, including over the ridge towards the I-5. That has been pretty successful so far. All of our apparatus up to this point, the two Type 1s, Type 6, the water tender, and the area apparatus, including the command vehicles, have gotten new decals, City Avenal decals put on them as well to make sure they're ready to go. Our apparatus identifiers have been put on specifically for the City Avenal. That's just been a monumental push. We had our EMS inspection today from Fresno County EMS or CCEMSA to make sure that the equipment we have, the apparatus we have, are in accordance with EMS policies. We passed that inspection, so we're able to provide those services. So there's just a lot of work being done. I'm really proud of where we're at so far. In regards to the radio install and the fire station design build, obviously we'll be ready to go. I said last council meeting, ready to go June 1st. I just want to say real quick, thank you to Chief Chamberlain. He's been really good in communicating with me. We've met a couple times to kind of discuss transition and really just talk about how we operate more interoperably. Because at the end of the day, we have to work together, especially on the fire ground. So he's been really good with policies in the op area and things that we need to consider as far as how we respond and when we respond and work better with our partners in the op area. So I appreciate that collaboration. We will be ready to respond to our own calls on June 10th. In discussions with the city manager, we decided that just because there's a lot of things that we have to take into consideration with communications and fire ground operations and even training with Kings County and some of our operational partners, we do have quite a few agreements that are still waiting to be finalized, both auto aid agreements and mutual aid agreements with other agencies. And so we felt like that transition from June 1st to June 10th would be more appropriate start date as far as June 10th goes. Been talking to Chief Chamberlain on what that would look like as far as how we lean into that starting June 1st and start running calls and delivering certain types of services to the city in conjunction with Kings County. In addition, I'm hoping we can do some training during that time frame and build relationships and have our members that are going to graduate here this Friday become more familiar with the city and do some target hazards, review the city area and their coverage area. So I think that transition piece will be important, especially for a new fire department. Even though everything I believe is in place sufficiently, there are going to be kinks that need to be worked out both on the fire ground, in communications, and just with our personnel as well. So that gives us a nice transition period to make sure that on that June 10th that we're ready to go on our own. So that's the intended start date as far as full operational capabilities on our own. I just mentioned on Friday, we've had our fire captains and our fire engineers. They've been in a firefighter recruit academy. They're all laterals, but it's a firefighter academy. They're on their last day tomorrow. So the last day is going to be area fam, target hazard fam here, meeting with some of the local agencies. And then we'll have our badge pinning and graduation Friday night. And then we'll have a busy weekend kind of leading up to June 1st. All those folks will be in the City of Avenal helping us do our smoke detector installation campaign on Saturday. So we canvassed the city. We had people apply to get smoke detectors installed in their house if they didn't have them, along with fire extinguishers as well. And so Saturday, the firefighters we just graduated on Friday will be helping go install smoke detectors in the residents that ask for those smoke detectors to be installed. So that'll be a good way for them to get out in the community a little bit, make an impact in the community risk reduction field and hopefully make some of our residents safer, but at the same time, building those relationships on the ground. And then on Sunday, we have a community event just to let the community introduce themselves to the firefighters, and the firefighters introduce themselves as well. We'll have our apparatus there for static display, our equipment, our personal protective equipment for community members to ask questions and look at what we've done over the past few months. So I'm excited about that. And then obviously, like I said, on June 1st, we'll be ready to provide limited services in coordination with Kings County, of course. And I'll continue to work with Chief Chamberlain to make sure that, at least for public safety, we're putting public safety first, and we're working together collaboratively to make sure that the city continues to get the best service possible and the service they deserve during that transition period. Lastly, we made a lot of progress on our infrastructure area behind City Hall. A lot of good progress on the fire apparatus bays, making those capable in order for us to deploy it appropriately. When Cook's Communications came in to do all of our radios, they also evaluated station alerting and implemented station alerting, so we get appropriate alerts for our fire apparatus crews to get a call and bay doors open and gate opens and et cetera to go to a call. And then we also are we're in the process and have been in the process to establish a living quarters. We're pretty creative in what we ended up finding. We ended up doing a living quarters that was essentially made out of Connex boxes by a company in Reedley, really well designed. Honestly, before I went and saw it, a little skeptical, but once I went and looked at it and toured it, what's that? A little skeptical. I was more than skeptical. But once we went and did the tour, honestly, if you didn't look at the outside and you walked in, you wouldn't even know it's not a house, a residential home. So plenty of space for us to staff our minimum staffing, which is 3 on the fire engine, but also on days where we have additional staffing, can house up to 6 firefighters in that facility as well, pretty comfortably. There's 3 rooms, each room sleeps 2 bathrooms, accommodates female firefighters if we were to bring on a female firefighter, plenty of office space and obviously space for them to cook and have a day room and do the things they need to do. So I'm excited about that. But overall, just the direction we've been going has been fast but rewarding. And just to reiterate, from my standpoint, everything that I've done since I've been here is really just focused on how can I provide the best service possible to City Avenal, both in our fleet, in the way we serve, in the people we hire, in the way we operate on the fire ground, and the facilities that we're trying to construct or organize. And so I'm really proud of what we've done so far. Any questions? Oh, I did interview 8 reserve firefighters. And so just to clarify, the reserve firefighters are all firefighters that graduated from a firefighter academy. Most, if not all of them, have been through a CAL FIRE Basic Academy and have all their wildman certs. Most of them have EMT, but I'm not worried about all of them because the rest of the apparatus has EMT. And so the ones that don't, that just have emergency medical responder, will be limited in scope in that way. But they're all certified firefighter ones from a firefighter academy, a regionally accredited academy. So I'm excited about that they already have some basic training standards that are widely recognized across the county. And so I'm excited to bring them on and see where they fit and provide them additional training so we have additional staff to serve the community. So I'm excited about that as well. 4 of those members are either from or now living in the city of Avenal. So that's exciting to me because it gives opportunities for people in the community, not only to make money, but serve the community that they're from. So I'm really excited about that. Any questions about any of the updates that I've just provided?
Any questions for Chief McAfee?
Like we're coming along quite swiftly on budget and on time. So we did extend the date to the June 10th or 11th.
Yes,
I thought it was the
The
11th.
10th, the 11th at 8 a.m.
Okay.
But the 10th is the transitional period. And like I said, the only reason we did that is with communications is always tricky. Even though we've tested our communications, I can talk to our dispatch center, they can talk to us. Communications is finicky, right? So I want to make sure that have an appropriate transition in that period to make sure that if there is a bug or we do find something that could work better or a thing that we need to address, we have time to do that and make it work the way we want it to work. It also gives our firefighters and our members a time to get acclimated to the community, acclimated to our policies. We are a new fire department. So there may be policies and operational processes and procedures that they may not be familiar with because they came from other fire departments. It also gives us time to make sure that when I talked about Kings County and being interoperable within the county, not just King County, but the state prison and any other partners that we may operate with, Fresno County, NAS Lemoore, to make sure that if there are regional, meaning county level operational policies that everybody else follows, that we're familiar with those. And so when we all work together, whether we go help someone on an incident or whether they come to one of our incidents, we're operating within the same scope of practice. And I think that's absolutely important for firefighter safety and civilian safety. So it gives us that opportunity to do that.
Any other questions, comments? I just want to say that congratulate yourself and your staff for facing the challenges and creating a new fire department in so short time. Believe you came around March, and now we're almost ready to start. I'm looking forward to tomorrow's swearing ceremony, but also Sunday afternoon, and continue to look for the best interests of the city, providing more services, quality services that our community deserve. I know we had the best quality service from Kings County, but I think it does make a big difference when that service comes from our own local community, our own local department. I think the community should be proud of what we have accomplished, working towards this goal, just like we did with the police department in 2010. And I believe we'll continue, providing quality service to our community. So I want to thank you for that, for your commitment and being so responsible and creating this department now. It is coming soon. Thank you.
Can I add, I did forget something, sorry.
Mhm.
I'm not as polished as Chief Velasco. He was hard to follow. The grant period did open for the Assistance to Firefighters grant and the SAFER grant as well. So I know I'm intending to discuss a little more with the city manager, but intending to apply for 6 to 9 firefighters with the SAFER grant to increase our engine staffing to 4.0, and then improve some of our equipment, including SCBAs, a new apparatus, training grant, and a prevention grant through the Assistance to Firefighters grant. Been really successful with those in the past, so I'm hoping we can be as successful with that here. So bring a lot of extra financial support to the city in all those areas, in training, prevention, opportunity to apply for those grants and bring that back to the city of Avenal. So I'm excited about that. Is that my timer?
But I'd be really pleased to put him.
Good evening, John Chamber,
Good
Kings
evening.
County Fire Chief. Chief McAfee, notwithstanding anything, he's done an amazing job of standing this up. We've had a pretty good cooperative working relationship. The one thing I would comment on, I am in receipt of the city manager's letter in relation to the 1st to the 11th transitional period with 11 a.m. 0800 on the 11th. I just want to put it back on the record right now that I have no contractual obligation and I'm providing services under a court order. So my suggestion would be that we get relieved of that because I'm not leaving. I've been ordered by the court to be here until such time as I'm relieved of that. And even if you do stand up your own department until I've been relieved by a judicial officer of that responsibility, I'm not leaving my watch. So thank you.
Thank you for your comment. With that being said, I believe we'll continue with the order of the agenda. Our next activity report is by Community Development Department, and I believe we have Joshua McDonald from Four Creeks online.
Good evening, Mayor. This is Josh
evening.
McDonald and Council. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Excellent. Thank you very much for the opportunity to report to you this evening. Once again, Josh McDonald with Four Creeks, your contract city planner. And I'm pleased to provide an interesting report this month to your council. The community development activity has actually been ticking up a little bit over the past several weeks in particular. And when I say that, I'm referring to inquiries that the city has received and that your staff is responding to, both primarily from a commercial development activity perspective. I may have mentioned last month that the city has received interest in a new car wash and a new coffee kiosk. In addition, there has been interest from other types of commercial endeavors that are very exciting, but I will leave to the city manager to describe in greater detail. Economic development is always touchy, and we always want to be careful to not divulge anything that the potential users would not want divulged ahead of their own plans. And so I'm not trying to be coy or anything, but I am very pleased to state that there is interest in potential economic development on several fronts, and we're actively working with them. Building permit activity continues to be steady, as well as business license applications. We continue to receive and process those on a consistent basis. So from that perspective, activity appears to be nice and steady right now. Your council approved a zoning text amendment for the parking lot, allowing for off-site parking facilities for the community health center at the last meeting, and they're moving forward actively with that, which is going to be a very nice addition to the downtown area. And finally, I'll end with long-range planning. Your council, the city took a major step a couple of weeks ago in approving the housing element. And that was a big deal. And the document is now at State HCD, and we're anxiously awaiting their final certification letter. And I anticipate that it'll be coming any day now. An important reminder is that once the city of Avenal has received that formal certification, that we do then need to implement the housing element. And there are a variety of relatively minor zoning code amendments that the city will need to process in order to maintain its certification with State Housing and Community Development Department. And in the weeks and months ahead, your staff will be bringing those to both the Planning Commission and the City Council for consideration. And I'll finish with your Planning Commission is scheduled to hold a public meeting on Monday where I'll be conducting an orientation along with Tesla for the city council. The planning commissioners will be doing an onboarding process and helping those commissioners get a better grasp of things like conditional use permits and variances and subdivision maps and kind of the language that goes along with community development. That does conclude my report, and I'm happy to answer any questions if your council has them.
Thank you. Any question from council? Pablo? I just have one real quick question, see if you can help out. I received a call from a resident regarding he applied to self-help for, I believe, a program that will help him put shingles at his house. So I believe he applied about 3 months ago, maybe a little over 3 months, but he's confused about how the process works. I believe he's waiting for how does it work. So he applied to self-help, then self-help will come to the city with the permit application to install the shingles, and then the city will set an appointment with Five Creeks in order to come and inspect the roof, or how long does it take a process like that?
Mayor, it's a simple action for a building permit. We call it a re-roof permit, and it's a ministerial permit. It's over the counter, and it's something where the permit can be issued very quickly. So there may be a miscommunication somewhere between self-help and the applicant. I haven't seen anything come through the city yet, and I can double check. But Mayor, please feel free to give the individual my phone number if they're primarily a Spanish speaker. Solamente hablo muy poquito español, but Tesla, my coworker, is fully fluent in
really
Spanish. And so either one of us can help the individual, and we'd be happy to act as a go-between between the homeowner and self-help and try and get that processed. No problem.
Sounds good. Thanks for that information, and I will contact him so he can reach out either to you, and between you and Self-Help probably get this project moving for him. Thank you.
Happy to.
There's usually, just to chime in, there's usually some coordination between, with the city clerk, is also our community development coordinator, just to kind of, with the home programs and the funding as well.
Yes.
Mhm. Okay, well, thank you, Josh, for your report, and to see you soon. The Planning Commission meeting.
Thank you.
With that, we'll go into our next activity report. Thank you. And that is Economic Development and Grant Writing Report, and we have John Basmejian, and he's the Governmental Affairs Manager from Criscom Company.
Good evening. Thank you for having me. My name is John Basmejian. I'm the Governmental Affairs Manager for the Criscom Company. I'm here to give our Advocacy, Economic Development, and Grant Writing report. So I'll start with the state side of our advocacy section. Governor Newsom released the May revise to the 2026 and 2027 budget on May 14th, and the outlook is considerably more stable than many anticipated. The revised plan proposes $246.6 billion in the general fund spending and closes what had been a $2.9 billion deficit, resulting in a balanced budget for the next 2 fiscal years. Rather than launching new initiatives, the administration is prioritizing long-term stability, including a $9.7 billion transfer into the state's investment fund. The legislature now enters the final stretch of budget negotiations ahead of the June 15th constitutional deadline. The Senate and Assembly subcommittees will continue refining their respective versions of the budget bill before a conference committee reconciles differences and prepares the final package for 4 votes. On the federal side, the conflict in Iran continues to dominate federal attention. Congress has been actively debating its role, and on May 14th, the House voted on a war powers resolution asserting congressional authority over the conflict. To date, the House and Senate have rejected 9 such measures, with the Republicans largely supporting the administration's position. Domestically, the 76-day partial government shutdown concluded on April 30th when President Trump signed legislation funding the Department of Homeland Security. The shutdown, which began in mid-February, stemmed from a standoff over immigration enforcement reforms. Republicans also attempted to advance a second reconciliation bill to fund ICE and Border Patrol, but the effort stalled before the Memorial Day recess. That proposal is expected to resurface when Congress returns. Earlier this month, we were pleased to welcome Congressman Valadao to Avenal for a site visit with the City Council and staff. As previously reported, in a year when federal funding was nearly non-existent, Criscom worked closely with the congressman to secure $4 million for the city's water storage tank project. His visit provided an important opportunity to see firsthand where these dollars will be invested. Criscom distributes a bi-weekly Sacramento snapshot summarizing key policy developments and legislative activity. The city manager currently receives this update, and we would be pleased to add any council members who wish to be included. Any council member seeking additional information on pending or emerging legislation is welcome to reach out. Our team is always available to assist, and everyone has my phone number. On to economic development. This month, our efforts centered on expanding Avenal's visibility and strengthening relationships with groups actively evaluating new locations in the Central Valley. Last week, Criscom attended the ICSC convention in Las Vegas, where we met directly with retail brands, brokers, and developers. While we engage broadly, we place particular emphasis on national food chains, especially those focused on chicken concepts, given their current expansion trends. These conversations helped place Avenal firmly on the radar for future site selection opportunities and provided valuable insight into what retailers and developers are prioritizing in today's market. Following the conference, we are continuing those discussions and building on the momentum established at ICSC. We also maintained outreach to industrial users, including logistics and warehouse operators, highlighting Avenal's affordability and available land and strategic access to key regional routes. Our goal remains consistent, ensuring Avenel is part of early stage conversations so that the city is well positioned as projects begin to take shape. On to our final portion, the grant writing section. CRISCOM continues to work closely with city staff to identify strong funding opportunities, align projects with eligibility requirements, and prepare competitive applications. There are currently a few upcoming grant opportunities. There's the Urban Greening Grant Program, the Transformative Climate Communities, Active Transportation Program, and finally the Community Connection Grants. And lastly, there's one current active grant, the Rural Law Enforcement Violent Crime Reduction Initiative Grant. Looking ahead, as we move through quarter 2 of 2026, our focus remains on advancing Avenel's priorities at both the state and federal levels, staying closely engaged as Sacramento's budget negotiations narrow ahead of the June 15th deadline, and as Congress returns from recess to continue work on the second reconciliation effort. As budget discussions unfold in both capitals, we will work to ensure that the city is well positioned for emerging funding opportunities by maintaining strong relationships with key decision makers, continuing proactive outreach, and monitoring developments that may affect the community. Our team will also sustain close coordination with local stakeholders and provide timely updates to the City Council and staff, reinforcing Avenel's visibility and readiness as opportunities arrive. We appreciate the opportunity to serve the City of Avenel and look forward to continued progress in the months ahead. And thank you. That's the rest of my report.
Thank you. Are there any questions from council to John?
The grant writings are potential grants coming up. Then they're due on June 4th, 15th, and 22nd.
I'm so sorry. I could faintly hear you.
The grant writings that the upcoming grants, Urban Green Grant Program, these are potential grants that we're that are coming up, and you're ready to assign them.
Yes, so these are potential grant opportunities that we will work with city staff. If there's interest in these programs, we'll work with them to put together a wonderful grant package and have them submitted on behalf of the City of Avenel.
It doesn't say how much the grants are for, or it's just
Yeah, we can provide.
First come, first.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Can you repeat that, please?
How much are these grants for? Are they, it depends on their ability to pay, or?
Yeah, so these grants, so it depends on a variety of factors of how much is qualified for. So it varies on each one. And of course, we could provide Tony with a list of how much each of them can break down for and what the city could receive from them.
Thank you.
Of course, thank you.
Thank you, John. I'll be reaching out to you later regarding some grant opportunities with Kings County Association of Government regarding CMAQ, but I'll be reaching out to you to give you a little bit more information when I got more time. So thank you for your presentation.
Thank you so much. Have a good evening.
Good evening. We'll move over into item number 7, which is public hearings, and we have none. Item number 8, old business, we have none. Item number 9, new business. 9A, it is the notice of completions, and we also need to authorize the filing of a notice of completion for the 2024 road maintenance project and appropriation. And this will come with a resolution, but I believe he'll take care of it. Go ahead.
Yeah. Good evening, Mayor, council members, staff. So yeah, this is just a notice of completion for the construction project that was completed in the fall of 25. This was for the micro seal on various local streets that was performed by VSS International. And yeah, the work was done well. There were some adjustments in the field that led to a minor change order related to striping that they had to redo on some streets where we actually extended some of the work. And that's as noted in the staff report. And then there would be then an appropriation request just to manage the cost as well for the construction management and close out of the project. So yeah, if there are any project specific questions or otherwise, I'm happy to provide. I'm Diego Corvera, by the way, contract city engineer.
Yeah, do you remember how many streets we did with the project? About, no?
I don't have that offhand, but I can certainly provide just kind of the layout of the plans. This was yeah, I think we covered a few blocks, kind of in the northwest side of town.
And that micro ceiling will continue in the near future, right?
Correct. Yep, we have another one where I've driven around with Scott Davis, the PW director, and we've evaluated the next set of streets that would be prime candidates for the micro seal. So yeah.
Yeah, looking forward to continue providing maintenance and in those streets within the city. Are there any other questions for this project? So, seeing no questions, any remarks, comments?
Yeah, appreciate Diego. He's catching up on a lot of the work with A&M. There's some stuff since Javier had to kind of focus on the community center, so we're kind of backtracking on some stuff and just closing all the little gaps. So Diego's been great. He's come out every time we ask him to, and he's advancing our projects. He still keeps some of our estimates a little too high.
Maybe a little bit.
I'm gonna still scold you on that one.
Yeah.
But otherwise, he's definitely sees the vision of what we're trying to build here in the community. So appreciate that he's another partner with us on making Avenal a home for everybody.
Yeah, just send our regards to Javier, and I know you and Javier make a good team, and we appreciate your commitment to our community with projects and grants, even grants that you guys been successful applying for the city, and we'll continue with that trending. Thank you so much. That being said, is there a motion to approve resolution 2026 35? We have a motion by Councilmember Hernandez. Is there a second? A second by Mayor Pro Tem Gomez. Roll call, please.
Absent, Councilmember Verdugo, absent, Councilmember Hernandez.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Gomez.
Yeah.
Mayor Preciado.
Yes. For the record, resolution passed by the board of 3 yes and 2 absence. Thank you. And with that, we'll go into our new business item.
If I could, I think the last council meeting you had inquired about concrete on the.
Oh, yes,
road.
yes.
We went ahead and just produced a quick. I can handle.
Oh, okay. Appreciate that. This is for the Avenal cutoff 2-mile section. Oh, right.
Thank you. These high numbers too.
It's really just a snapshot, so I just want to provide a general overview when we're talking about between concrete and pavement for highway design. Concrete really just becomes beneficial when you have high volumes, but usually plus 20,000 vehicles on average per day, as well as high truck volumes. So it's really not something that at this time would be an economical solution for the cutoff road. The volumes there just do not meet that, and the life cycle it's not conducive for concrete at this time. It's something we can then evaluate maybe 30 if freight and things change. And there's the volumes increase, the truck volumes increase. That's when that can be evaluated once again. But at this time, the overlay would be the most cost-effective approach for the cutoff road.
We do have a business, Kochurgan Compost Company. And can it be something down there specifically because there's a lot of heavy traffic coming in and coming out? And what I noticed with asphalt and in the hot weather usually oscillates because they're braking, trying to come in, or so would something special be done in that area? I can say maybe 100 to 100 feet within that area, within that entrance.
Yes, that is something we can evaluate, kind of a hybrid where like you're saying, at an intersection where there's a lot of stopping of heavy traffic, there can be that heaving of the asphalt. And that's something we can get a look at. We can probably touch base with the provider of the trucking and get a feel for the counts and get an idea of the condition and see if we can actually have more of like maybe concrete sections in those areas just to prevent those issues. Yeah, we can look at that further.
Just something to consider and bring it back.
Grants, if I would, the
Sure.
the ATP grant that you had asked about. So we are looking at about $3.5 million, and we're planning to have a staff report come through at the next council meeting that will speak to what's being proposed based on all the outreach that we've done. So the ATP program, that is 3.5 million that we're going to be asking for. That's a kind of the upper threshold before matching funds are required. And then we are still working on the parks grants. And we also have some CMAQ funding that we'll be looking to apply for design for projects based on existing city plans and ordinance. And we'll be working closely with Anthony on making the final decision on that ahead of the CMAQ call for projects, which is due on the 1st. So,
like I told Joshua in our meeting yesterday for Kings County Association, $1 million for CMAQ. And that qualifies for bike routes and also public safety infrastructure, like crossings and things like that. But I believe, not Angie, she mentioned that you have to apply directly with her. So I don't know if you're aware of that situation, or I'm not sure.
yeah, we're actively working closely with KCAG right now. We have the application for the CMAQ, which is due on the 1st. We have all the calculations that are required for that application. And we're going to provide the information then to Anthony to review, and then we would submit in accordance with the plans that have been developed as far as to address pet and bike safety specifically. Yeah.
Sounds good. Looks like you're on top of it. Thank you.
Great. Thanks.
Thank you, Diego. With that, we're going to.
Sorry, Mayor, can I interrupt really quick?
Have a comment?
Yeah.
Big announcement.
Big, quick announcement. So we're interrupting.
Okay, let's see.
And we'd like to share that our Avenal High School softball varsity team just won the championship.
Oh.
We also have the parks director's daughter, Anna's daughter, Chloe, is on the team. Yeah.
One of the pitchers.
Oh, the picture.
He's a junior.
Yeah.
And this is section 6. That's big. Big division. Well, congratulations, and hopefully, we can invite him to it and recognize him in the city council. That'll be something nice to do. It's always good to see some positive news happening in our community. For that, we'll move into, let's see, we did A and B. No, now we move to 9B. That is to consider ratification of purchase agreement with Container Stop Incorporation for the custom container living quarters for the fire department. And I believe Chief McAfee will take it, or you'll take it too?
We'll take the bulk of it. Chief McAfee already presented kind of a prelude to it. So thank you, Honorable Mayor and City Council members. So as mentioned in the previous council meeting and also earlier today in the fire report regarding the living quarters for our firefighters, as we've worked to stand up the fire department as quickly as possible, understanding that public safety is the #1 priority for the council and for the community, and wanting to stand up the department and make it effective as soon as possible, knowing that the always looming threat that the county could pull out of the contract, as they've done now 2 or 3 times. So under that guise, we've moved forward on figuring out how to have living quarters that would be adequate for the 3 different shifts that will be the main shifts for our full-time firefighters. we worked with our city engineer, our public works, even Chief McAfee, looking at kind of what would be adequate living quarters. Council may recall that originally the plan was to build out a kind of a site behind the hospital. Trying to use some of the open space out there would have required a higher investment in all the utilities, given that not all the utilities extend out that way. And when we started looking at what that cost was looking at, and this is why I poked at Diego a little bit, that what we were hoping would be about 300,000-400,000 was closer to $1 million if we were going to do everything the right way, as we like to say. So we started looking at other possibilities, and an alternative came up by happenstance between the assistant city manager and fire chief, looking behind City Hall with the metal buildings that we already have and the open space out there. We speaking with Public Works, looking at wouldn't be too difficult to extend services, as there were services in that space already. That used to be the old Public Works yard. So we started exploring that idea, and that would already kind of get us ahead, being able to open and start the department as soon as possible. So besides the communications item, then it became, how do we get living quarters up and running as soon as possible? So started looking at possibly modulars, something like you see at the schools. As we started looking at that, a possibility, it would be something that could only be leased for 3 years. Would have cost upwards to about 120 to 150,000 after at least just getting a foundation, getting it just set up. It would have been 2 modulars, 20 by 40. It would have been just enough space for 4 individuals at a time. Unfortunately, like I said, it would only been leased for 3 years. We started looking at what other options were out there, and I started calling some of the seat container companies in the area. And I have the list there. Acid Container. We spoke to Mobile Modular, Martin Container, Backcountry Containers. All of them had a lead time of at least a few months. At best, was getting something maybe in July, probably more likely August, and then us doing a lot of site work to get it prepared. Another one that we spoke to, Container Stop out of Paso, they have their construction out in Reedley, said they actually had something that may fit what we were looking for. Chief McAfee and I went and visited, and we saw what's basically 5 units, 40 by 40, and the inside was already 90% complete. There are pictures at the end of the packet, as you can see. We've taken two visits so far. My understanding that's almost more fully complete now, because these were from last week. So this was something that they were willing to sell. It was built for another purpose for a family, but then didn't end up taking it. So they've had it for about a year. They were looking to sell it for 290,000. After some negotiations, we got it down to 270 out the door. So with them delivering it and installing and whatnot. So we looked at that being something that was more feasible in the interest of time, because they expect and anticipate delivering it on June 9th. So this would coincide more cleanly with our intended purpose of starting up the fire department. This will offer 3 sleeping rooms, so we could have bunk beds, so 2 people in each. There'll be 1 office. Now there'll be 2 bathrooms, a large kitchen and living space, and a utility room, the washroom, and then another little storage space. This would be a lot more respectable, more functional, and it would allow for co-ed, or both male and female firefighters if we have that. The best thing is that it's a lot reduced cost on the footings and the foundation. You don't have to put a full foundation, just footings for where the actual seat container edges sit. We'd be able to get it, like I said, a lot faster. And if in the future there was development or expansion behind City Hall, those could be relocated. And the city would own it instead of leasing and having to give it back in 3 years. So we are still finalizing some little details. We're debating about painting it red. I still want blue. The chief and assistant city manager. Well, what Tony wants. Yes, chief, he already picked red. So I guess we're going with red. I lost this one. Oh well. But yeah, so we're gonna make it something very more presentable, especially if it's gonna be behind City Hall. Something that community will be able to see. The fire trucks will all be out there. So as a yes, absolutely. So that being said, that is kind of what we've been working on. We've kind of went ahead in the interest of time, as I mentioned, and following the municipal code under the procurement process, that the city manager is able to, when applicable, exemptions for public safety, make emergency purchases. We are asking council to ratify this action, but it is all under the same municipal code. In terms of the bidding process, this was something that no other company was able to provide something as soon. Would have taken at least a month to 2 months of build time, then actually delivery, and then all the additional costs for the prep work. This would be a lot more reduced. The one positive with developing behind City Hall is, like I said, we're reestablishing utility lines. There's already electricity. We'll have to upgrade a panel. We'll be able to extend out water and wastewater. We can extend out the gas line. So this is going to be a lot less expensive. So we felt moving some of the money set aside for building for the living quarters and area towards having something more presentable for the actual living quarters for our firefighters. If there are any questions, otherwise requesting council to consider the purchase and ratifying the agreement.
Any questions or comments from council?
Oh, I'm looking at the pictures. The ceilings are pretty tall, pretty high. Looking at for being a container, right?
Yeah. I mean, this is where I would say, I don't know if Chief wants to chime in any more about the positive aspects of this. But if not, yeah, I mean, you can see that it's if you walk in, Chief said it, and then when we went by, they said if you walked in blindfolded and just open your eyes, you'd think you're in a normal house.
I could just speak to just the differences between the modular building that we were trying to get. That one was originally 3 bedrooms. One of them was actually going to serve as an office. In this fire station living quarters location, there's a dedicated office for supervisory responsibilities, which was really important because the captain needs space to do his administrative work, but also provide supervision to his employees as well, have a private space to talk with them. It also has a laundry room, and they stay 48 hours at a time. So it has a dedicated laundry room, for station supplies and for them to do their laundry in there as well. And so that space was not available in the other one. So just those 2 spaces. But really the ability to have 2 bathrooms in there was really huge for me, only because
Casa El Seño. Go ahead.
Okay. There is potential in the future that we do hire a female firefighter. I'm actually, a couple of the reserves that did apply are females as well. So it gives us the ability to have separate spaces for them and make sure that we abide by all the state laws and make sure that they're comfortable in that space as well. So that was really huge for us. But in general, the rooms are good size. And so it does allow us even without bunk beds, two separate beds to have at least 2 firefighters in each room. So a total of 6. Really, you could fit a little more in one of the rooms, but 6 sleeps pretty comfortably. And so overall, it functions more along the lines of what we would expect out of a station living quarters for us. And honestly, the inside, once it's done, it's going to look more like
it's modern.
Yeah, modern residential home.
You can see all the lighting they have. They asked me, do you guys want all this lighting? I'm like, yes, keep it.
So way more efficient, way more realistic option for future operations. Especially, I'm anticipating more than 3 people on shift often in the year. So it allows us to have that ability to sleep extra firefighters.
Yeah.
Great option.
My comment is that I can see the benefit of owning and not renting or leasing. That's a big benefit. But also, you're talking 40 by 40. That's 1,600 square feet. I mean, you cannot build a home from 0 to no less than $250,000. So for 270 and having all these amenities like an office, I think it's a really good deal. And looking at the time frame, I think that is also a section to move this project ahead. So I just want to
we can always use them as a burn room.
Yeah, turn it to a training center.
Oh, thank you.
Right. And then the last thing I'll add, and it's included in the resolution and a little bit in the staff report, is this is not just the cost of the building, but and we'll bring back final costs on everything, but any other the site work that's needed, like I said, extending the services. Up to this point, all we've done is clear out everything. We're working on figuring out what will be contracted and what Public Works can still do, just to
La
keep the
verdad.
costs low.
Wow. Este es Juan escribiendo.
Something playing on the computers,
Humberto, we have
audio.
Juan on the screen.
It's just us on.
Well, we fit in, it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, Russian
Office.
office.
Mobile. You can always move it in the future.
Right. I think it's 270. It's just.
The timeline is a big piece. That's why I tried haggling them more, but they're like, well, if you want it sooner, unless you want us to start from scratch, and that could take.
5 containers, right?
Even our public works director was surprised. I'm always gonna keep repeating that.
And I believe the tallest sea trains are 9 feet tall.
Big time.
Mm.
They look
Que se
tall.
las cosas.
Is there interference or something?
Galo está.
Opening on June 1st and then June 11th, as we're ready to fully assume all services and all the calls. This weekend we do have our skate event on Saturday, and then Sunday we'll have the pre-opening of the fire department or Station 30. So invite everyone to those events. We'll be posting them again on our social media. And what else? June 1st. Yeah, we're working already on our budgets. So that'll be something we'll present to council pretty soon. The 23 audit, it is complete, and 24 and 25 is being compiled together at this time. We're hoping to have those by the end of the summer as well. So those are progressing. What other updates do we have from staff? We'll have some new staff presentations at the next meeting as well. We do have an IT manager that we hired, was unable to come out to this meeting, but we'll have him at the next meeting. And yeah, we continue staying busy. I'll continue letting council know everything that we're working on, and I believe IT director's got an announcement.
Looks like the Lady Bucks just won Division 4 softball, so we can say a round of applause.
Again. They deserve it. They deserve it. So they'll be also on the next council meeting to congratulate them. maybe?
Yes, June 11th.
June 11th.
Yeah, so we'll work on that. And then just one little housekeeping item is there was an error in the agenda. So item 11A, that should be crossed out. That's no longer an item.
I just would like to ask you to give a brief comment or information about how important is that daily operations of the city, providing services to the community, paying city debts, and dealing with vendors and especially water treatment plant, wastewater treatment plant, buying chemicals, having to pay city employees, all of that, how important it is to have a local government active running every day.
Yeah. Right. No, so I'll just mention briefly, at the direction of the council, staff under the city manager's direction, staff works every day to provide all the services, a lot of the items, day-to-day things that we take for granted, like being able to open your faucet and having water run through it. And I have to think twice about that, knowing that it's potable water, and being able, of course, to run the day-to-day businesses of the city, having our events, having any recreation that we can have with folks, and then maintaining our streets and roads and our parks. So all that is part of what we, as a city incorporated in 1979, work to have, self-fulfilling all the needs of this community. So that's something that we are all striving for and continue doing day by day, again, at the direction of the city council, that we will continue doing regardless.
Thank you. We'll go to legal counsel, closing comments, announcements.
Not at this time, Mayor. Thank you very much.
Thank you. With that, we'll go to Council Member Hernandez. Thank you. We'll go to our Mayor Pro Tem, Ms. Gomez, closing comments. Well, I just want to report that I've been representing the city in different boards, about 10 of them at least. I was there yesterday at Kings County with LAFCO. We had a full quorum, everybody present, looking at approving the budget for the next fiscal year. It's going to be about $94,000 for Kings County LAFCO. Planning adding one more member to go to the annual LAFCO conference, usually south as far as San Diego and as far as Monterey or Sacramento up north. We also discuss CART, Kings Area Regional Transit, discussing changes in the routes. They're going to be stopping some routes and adding some other ones in order to meet the budgets and give more service to other areas that need it the most. Also, we had the Kings County Association of Governors meeting where we discussed the trip to Washington, D.C. for the San Joaquin Valley Policy Council, which comprises the 8 counties in the Central Valley from Stockton, Modesto area all the way to Bakersfield, Irving. They'll be going to DC in September 11, 12, and 13. Also, talking about the new changes that will be coming regarding meetings. Looking at, because now we have meetings in 2 different places. Before it used to be one place for all 4 meetings, and quarterly we have 5 meetings. The vehicle abatement program, that's only every quarter of the year. But now having to, and usually it's at one place, and now it's at the new building, the $30 million new building for the transportation department. So now we have to move from the supervisor chambers all the way to 7th Avenue, and the meetings once every hour. So now look, in order to be on time to the other meetings at the other building. But also, I would like to commend everybody who's been working together with the city recreation planning commission, public works for doing what they do, food distributions, the city of Avenal working together with Rotary Club to being able to provide free food to our community. I believe Wednesday was more than expected. We had usually it's about 150, 160 people, but I believe last Wednesday we had over 200 people. Is that correct, Frank? Yeah. So there's a big need. I know that other entities, other nonprofits try to do their own too, and that's really appreciated. But as you know, a lot of our people are working, not able to attend, so that is good that they have different times and in the mornings and afternoons. So appreciate KCAU also with Valley Voices doing their food distribution in the afternoon to accommodate more people that are working. Looking at continue with having moving the city forward. I just want to say that we feel that we're representing the city for the best interest, not our own interest, but to the benefits of the whole community of Avenal, being able to provide daily services to them, and we'll continue with that trend, either with this council or new council in the near future. No, we know none of us will be here. Eventually, time progresses, and there's boards everywhere that change, and that will be the time for who knows when, but for now, we'll continue providing services to the community. We'll go into closed session, and if there's anything to announce, we'll be doing so in about, I don't know, 40 minutes or so. But we got about 5 items to discuss. But if there's any action taken by council, we'll be coming back and report it. And looking forward to see everyone who is able to attend Saturday skateboard activity, and also Sunday for the soft opening of the fire department, 5 to 8. Thank you. And we're going to close session. We're going to give a 3-minute recess to go into closed session. Thank you. The time is right now about 7:19. So we'll see you guys 7:22. If you guys need to go to the restaurant. Yeah.
Just announce the time. Go ahead.
Good evening. We're out of closed session. And so didn't take action during closed session, so there is nothing to report. The time is 9:16. Meeting adjourned. Good night.